what would be some advice you would give to kids that are getting serious about taking or wanting to take basketball serious, or maybe they're high school players right now that are in maybe a similar position to you or wanting to be in that position? What are some advice you just have for some kids, some hoopers that want to get better?
Hey, if you're trying to like get really good at basketball or a sport or anything, you got to make some sacrifices. You got to not go out on the weekend. You got to go to a gym, put in some work.
Yeah.
Because like the stuff that you are like expected to do, like the practices, the mandatory workouts, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You need to do more than that. It's not just that.
Yeah, it's
like,
bare minimum.
Like you said, right? Like you would say, right? You did more than that. You would, after practice, you'd go somewhere to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Like even like your day off, I'm going somewhere to shoot.
Yeah.
Getting up shots, something. It's just more than what you're expected to do. You got to do more. You got to really push yourself. You got to really, really push yourself.
Yeah. And what I would say, adding on to that, what I would say is, if at anything, this isn't just basketball, if you want to be average at it, then do the average amount of work.
Right.
If you want to be great, then do an amount of work if you want to be insanely good at something, then do an insane amount of work.
Yeah,
and that's what
there's sacrifices.
Yeah, I mean that's what like and it's hard, you know, I'm sure some people are just like, wow, these two dudes are just talking about basketball, whatever. But I think there are a lot of, you can apply a lot of this shit to real life. And literally anything, right? So like for myself, even when I wasn't getting those opportunities that I thought that I like could have or should have been getting, I was every single morning, 5 a.m, I was lifting with Kaiser, and then I would shoot until school started. And then afterwards we would have practice, and then I would go and shoot. And I did the same thing the whole summer getting ready to go to college. I didn't talk to the coach at the school I ended up going to play to. I just saw that they had a team and was like, I'm just going to try out. Like I literally asked the athletic director, I like send him an email. I was like, do you guys do open tryouts? And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay, fuck it. I didn't know what I wanted to do for college.
Yeah,
so I was like, yeah, so I just sent it, right? And so I was just training every single day. And even though I wasn't getting those opportunities, you have to, if you really want it,
you gotta make them.
Put in the work, and then it'll happen. Eventually, the opportunity, it might be fucking 10 years.
You'll see progress. You will see progress. If you just, that progress doesn't happen in a day or overnight. You gotta keep doing it.
Exactly. And you'll realize, and I don't think like, I forgot who was talking about it. I just was watching an interview or a podcast where they were talking about it, where like a lot of people nowadays, like they try to make you feel bad for thinking that you're better than people. Now, you're not inherently better. Your life is not more important than anybody else's life in that sense, but you should feel like you're the fucking, I'm the best. Yeah, I'm better.
You have to have that
because
you have to.
But the thing is though, you have to back it up. So like when I was sitting on the bench, when I had people who are friends of ours that would also be bitching like, oh, I should be whatever, and I'd be sitting there like, bro, stop saying that, because you're discrediting my argument for it, because I actually am putting in the work. You're just bitching with me. Yes, we're both on the bet. We're in the same spot. So everybody that's watching has no idea how good either one of us are. They probably think we're the same level, but it's like, bro, I actually be putting in work. That's hours and hours.
Like, or like the people the seniors who don't play basketball and then come out their senior year.
Yeah. Because they want.
Yeah, they're seniors now and they're just expecting it. Like,
no, yo, get the fuck out of here.
I've been playing since I was 3 all year.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like, it's a year-round thing for me.
This shit is a hobby for you. This is my life.
I do this. I really like.
And I think
that's all I was doing.
Well, and that's the thing for anything, right? So like for myself, I went to college and was training I basically trained even more once I got to college. But like it could be literally for anything. You want to be a great photographer, you need to go and take some fucking pictures, dude. Like you don't just get to sit there and bitch and be like, I don't have as nice as a camera as Latrell does or whatever else.
Though too.
Use the camera you have and fucking get the most out of that fucking camera until that camera pays for a new fucking camera, because you got so fucking good that people want you to do this, that, and the other.
That's people don't get now. That's people don't get nowadays. They just expect.
Well, talk is cheap, man, and that's the thing. I noticed from being on both sides of it, being to somebody that, you know, I was bitching about it and I was doing whatever, and I would see the people I was hanging around, and like I noticed, I'm like, nah, I'm not like you motherfuckers. I'm not somebody who sits out here and bitches about so and so getting this or getting that. Like I'll just go make it happen. Right. If I gotta eat shit, if I gotta fucking do whatever for X amount of time until that happens, I'll fucking do it. Facts, and that's what's different between me and that other person, you know. And that's what I think people have to have.
People don't like. Yeah, it's just that with like any sport or anything, you gotta have. If you want to be good at it, you have to have that thing in you. You know what I mean? You have to like want it. Yeah. It's just not like.
Well, you got to have, you know, in your case too, it was cool that you had some people that were positive influences for you in the right way. And I think a lot of people, myself included, when you got to take a look at who's around you and you got to take a look at the situations you're in, and like you said, making sacrifices, right?
Yeah.
So like if my group of people, you know, let's say I'm like a high school athlete or whatever, if all my group of friends wants to do is get shit faced every weekend and smoke weed or whatever, like, yo, I'm not telling people how to live their life. You can do whatever you want. But if these people care about you, and then I can't be around you during basketball season. I can't be around you, whatever. I'm training, right? So like I'm on the weekend, I'm playing these games, I'm doing this, that, and the other. And I think a lot of kids, or a lot of people, maybe not even just with drugs or whatever,
they're not getting, though.
just waste their time doing other shit when it's like, yo, these people, it doesn't even have to be, you know, any substance. It could just be mindset. These people are losers. Not saying they will be forever, but right now they have a mindset of, I'm going to talk about shit, I'm going to bitch about it, and you want to
not do anything about it.
Yeah. And so you can't be around that either.
That's the thing. You have to put in work. You can't just expect to be in that role unless you're like just naturally fucking amazing. Which is not.
Which will get eventually, you'll be surpassed because someone will work harder.
Someone's going to work harder than you.
And they'll catch up.
Yeah.
And